Right now at 10, volunteers are working to bring dogs from high-kill shelters in the south right here to the Coulee region. Some village ordinances are creating challenges for those fostering the new arrivals. And a state senator stops in Eau Claire to tout cannabis legislation. She says prohibition isn't working. Plus, Eau Claire has a new top fireman. We hear from Matt Jagger as he continues his decades of public service.
You're watching WKDT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski. On Sunday, we showed you local efforts to stop rural puppy mills from overbreeding for profit. Now, that problem is even worse in southern states, where shelters are often so overcrowded with abandoned puppies that they resort to euthanasia. Shelters right in the Coulee region are now trying to give puppies a second chance at life.
They euthanize more dogs on the daily basis than our shelters can hold.
The afternoon we visited Shannon Johnson. Her nonprofit Stray Souls is expecting a dozen puppies from a high-kill shelter in Texas, one that's built to house 85 dogs, but currently has more than 300.
Monday they put down a litter of puppies that didn't even have their eyes open.
Every day, Johnson's email has new requests from similar shelters begging for help.
Seeing a plea for help and realizing that I can't because I don't have the right personnel for it.
She wants to save as many puppies as possible, but she's limited.
Before I can agree to bring a dog out of a southern shelter, they have to have a confirmed foster placement here because we don't have a facility.
Many animal rescue groups don't have their own building. And even though the Coulee Region Humane Society has one, they're pushed to the limit.
When we get super overcrowded, there's potential that we have to set up wire crates.
Fostering is a way these rescues and humane societies get some relief. Volunteers open their home to a puppy or two for an average of 2 weeks, while the organizations help find the puppy's forever home.
Seeing that they are just a completely different dog now that they've had the time to decompress out of the shelter, that's very rewarding.
It's why Shannon Christensen in Holman has fostered 35 dogs in the past 2 years for Last Paw Rescue based out of Toma.
If it wasn't for us fosters, all these dogs would be dead.
She wants to foster even more, but a Holman ordinance says a home can only have up to 3 dogs. She already owns 3, and when she added 2 fosters recently, a neighbor called police.
I explained to him that all my dogs are vetted, they're registered with the Village of Holman, and then the other 2 were fosters. Basically told me I would probably need to make sure I find a home for them soon so that I don't get any more complaints.
For her, it's a frustrating limitation.
This is what's stopping us from moving on and saving these animals.
What I'm asking the board to look at is ordinance and possibly considering short-term fostering.
She's now asking the village to update the ordinance to allow people like her to continue housing dogs that would otherwise be put down. Without a change, the next complaint could put an end to her passion for saving animals.
In the beginning, I was like, what am I getting myself into? Now, I don't know what I do without it. It's one of the things I don't want to give up on.
A sentiment Johnson and her volunteers know well as they meet their new furry arrivals after a long journey north.
When you're sitting there holding a puppy and you know that because you stepped up, that dog's story changed, that makes those messages hit home.
Now, at this point, there is no plan to update Holman's ordinance. Stray Souls and Last Paw Rescue have information for prospective foster volunteers on their websites, as does the Coulee Region Humane Society. We've got all those links on news8000.com.
Wow, what a beautiful day across the Coulee region. We were in the 70s, and if you enjoyed today, I think you're going to like, for the most part, Memorial Day weekend. We'll talk about that coming up in the next check weather. Numbers for today. Hey, we were in the 70s. La Crosse made it to 74, 73 was the high in Winona. Boscobel made it to 75. We had 71 in Volkfield, as well as the Dells. Madison made it to 68. Sparta made it to 73. Eau Claire, you made it to 75 degrees. There's the radar scan right now. We are seeing the false returns on the radar at this hour. High pressure is large and in charge. It is in control, and it's going to stay there as we go into the next several days. Outside right now, look at that temperature spread. We're at 62 in La Crosse, 59 Decorah, Double Nichols, 55 in Prairie du Chien, as well as Viroqua, 10 cooler in Black River Falls. Eau Claire, good evening to you guys. You're at 63 degrees. Your schoolcast for tomorrow. You can see right there, we'll start the morning off when the kiddos get ready to school, around 54 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Plenty of sun for the lunch hour with highs or temperatures in the 60s. We'll go to 73 by the afternoon hours. I know some schools are starting to let out now for summer break. I know my neck of the woods, they're already out. But overall, not a bad start to the weekend. Now the question is, do we have rain chances in the forecast? Because we need them. I'll have that answer coming up in the First Warn forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. Well, a Wisconsin Democrat is on a statewide tour to talk cannabis. Senate Minority Leader Melissa Agard made a stop in Eau Claire on the Grassroots tour. Agard has been pushing for the legalization of cannabis for the past 10 years. At these sessions, the senator is giving presentations about her legalization bill and answering questions about how cannabis legalization could affect their business, families, and community. The GOP-controlled legislature has not allowed the bill to be heard in the Capitol, but Agard is confident that her bill could pass with bipartisan support. Agard says prohibition isn't helping Wisconsin.
There are people all across the state of Wisconsin that are taking their valuable time as well as their hard-earned dollars to travel to dispensaries in legal states and purchase legally regulated cannabis products and then bring them back to Wisconsin knowing that they may be putting themselves in a position of harm with our current laws.
Agard's last stop on this tour is in Wausau, where she says she's heard enough feedback that she may create more stops in the future. Republican lawmakers on the Budget Writing Committee have already cut Governor Evers' plans to legalize cannabis in Wisconsin in this session. 20 years ago, the Amber Alert program came to Wisconsin. Since then, it's been used just 57 times. The alert activations played a role in more than half of those uses. Amber Alerts have strict criteria. A child has to be 17 and under and in danger of death or serious bodily harm. There also needs to be enough descriptive information for the child, the suspect, and the suspect's vehicle.
Our state has a very robust dissemination process due to the strong and committed partnerships, all of which are dedicated to the success of the program and utilizing as many tools as possible when a child's life is in danger.
The program began nationwide in response to the kidnapping and murder of a 9-year-old girl in Texas back in 1996. The program is in her honor and shares her name. Wisconsin's Budget Writing Committee rejected Governor Evers' plan to make nearly 40 revenue agent positions permanent. The agents are tasked with enforcing the state's tax laws. The 2017 to 2019 budget created 38 positions to focus on collecting delinquent taxes. Those positions were supposed to be cut in September 2021, but were kept in the next budget until June of 25. Evers proposed making the positions permanent. Republicans on the committee rejected that plan, voting to only extend the positions until September of 25. The Lincoln Middle School building is officially nominated for a landmark designation. The Heritage Preservation Commission voted on the nomination tonight. A public hearing about the designation will happen next month. The council member of District 9, where the building stands, nominated the building for that designation.
While we may no longer have a school, we hope that this building has continuing life as, development housing, community use.
If approved, any developers who take over the building would not be allowed to make changes to the exterior of the original school building. The additions made over several decades would be allowed to be demolished. Eau Claire's Police and Fire Commission has named Matt Jagger the city's new fire chief. He succeeds previous chief Chris Bell, who retired last month. News 8 Now's Emily Haugen sat down with Chief Jagger and shares where he came from and what he hopes to do next.
Service can be a calling.
It's held by my beliefs. We should pay things forward and we should leave things better than they were previously.
Matt Jagger's desire to help took him from a teenage job at the grocery store to something unexpected.
A member of the Town of Hall Fire Department came into the grocery store looking for an item, and he asked me if I had ever considered being a firefighter, to which I candidly answered no.
That push lit a spark in 18-year-old Jagger. That spark followed him to Eau Claire.
I had a desire to serve more for the community and the department that was investing in me.
Jagger has filled plenty of roles in his 25 years with the city.
For the last 4 years, I've served as Deputy Chief of Operations.
That time was spent investing in his community and his colleagues.
Matt is a class act. Everybody's here for the same reason, and which is to help people.
We really do want to make a difference in helping people, making our community safer.
And last Friday, Jagger was named fire chief.
It was filled with a lot of emotions, one of gratitude, thankfulness, and excitement.
Gratitude, turning into goals.
We're going to continue to build on what we're doing very well now.
Taking on his new title with a team in his corner.
If you have great people that you're working with, your job is awesome.
In Eau Claire, Emily Haugen, News 8 Now.
Jagger started his duties as fire chief last Friday. His swearing-in ceremony will be held at 4 p.m. on June 5th at Eau Claire Fire Station 10. After the break, a man born in Whitehall is inducted into a VA's Hall of Heroes. He says he's happy to have the VA's help as he battles cancer. And later, a chance to volunteer and work on Trempealeau County's first Habitat for Humanity home. With warm weather finally here, it's time to put on the finishing touches.
At Batteries Plus, we do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. Need a phone fixed? We got it. Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit hometownchevy.com.
Roast beef. 4 for $10. Yeah, you know. That classic Arby's. Roast beef. Roast beef. 4 for $10. Arby's. We have the meat.
It's time for amazing Memorial Day savings at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, shop unbeatable deals on everything you need for summer. Like Kingsford Charcoal Briquette Combo Packs, just $16.99. Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed or Lawn Food, $15 off after sale and mail-in rebate. And this 50-foot Woods extension cord, just $14.99. Plus, this Friday through Sunday, we're thanking all veterans and active military with an extra 10% off their entire purchase.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
A Whitehall native was inducted into the Madison VA Hall of Heroes this morning. Retired U.S. Army Captain Tyrone Tony Paulson served during the Vietnam War, where he earned 3 Bronze Stars for Valor and 2 Army Commendation Medals for Valor. He says he's glad to have the VA by his side.
I've been fighting cancer 23 years. I've had surgery, stem cell transplant, chemo, radiation, and I'm still here. And Dr. Chris Fletcher is taking care of me, and I'm really happy with what the VA hospital's done for me.
Quite a journey. Paulson retired in 2003 after 31 years with the Wisconsin State Patrol, where he served as a dispatch supervisor. He's been a member of Adaptive Sportsmen for several years, supporting people living with disabilities with hunting and fishing. The Tomah VA Medical Center hosted a Memorial Day ceremony this afternoon to honor and remember the men and women who have sacrificed their lives while serving. The event was open to all veterans, and the public was as well. The observation included a performance from the Tomah High School Band, along with military honors from Tomah VFW Post 1382. There were also booths available to educate attendees on resources and benefits under the PACT Act and VA Care. Still ahead, a major tech company offering some mixed messaging. On the same day it calls on the government to regulate AI, they announced a new AI feature.
And I'm meteorologist Eric Dean. Your forecast for tomorrow, we'll see temperatures in the mid-70s, and we're going to keep the precip chances out of the forecast. On the menu tonight, sun, and more sun. We do have thunderstorm chances in the forecast, but hey, we are getting close to the 90s. We'll talk about that in the First Warn forecast on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Ashley's Memorial Day mattress sale is going on now. Save $1,000 on select ceiling mattresses and get $100 instant savings on Ashley Sleep adjustable base sets. Plus, pay 0% interest for 72 months with no minimum or down payment. Only at Ashley.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health. Remarkable.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day.
Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners.
Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
It's Ashley's Memorial Day weekend sale. Check out these must-have items, now under $500. Saturday through Monday. The first 25 guests will receive $50 Ashley cash. Plus pay 0% interest for 72 months with no minimum or down payment. Only at Ashley.
Spring is a great time to plan your next home improvement project. Call now for a free estimate on windows, doors, siding, sunrooms, decks, baths, kitchens, or flooring.
Microsoft's president is urging federal leaders to regulate artificial intelligence. Brad Smith today laid out a 5-point plan to members of Congress for addressing AI risks. He calls for a new federal agency focused on AI oversight and supporting U.S. companies that compete with Chinese rivals. Smith is also asking President Biden to create new restrictions on how the government uses AI. Those concerns echo ones last week from the company that's behind ChatGPT. At the same time, Microsoft is installing AI into its Windows 11, calling it Windows Copilot. The company calls it an assistant designed to make your computer or laptop easier and more intuitive. Users click on a desktop item and type in requests. It can also help with Windows functions like changing the desktop image. Beta testers will get access to it next month, and it'll be out to the general public later this year. And if you haven't filled up your tank for any Memorial Day weekend travels, you'll be paying a bit more now, but this year things aren't that bad. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of gas is $3.55, up just 4 cents from last week, and it's $1 less than this time last year. In Wisconsin, the average cost of a gallon is $3.56 and rising. And for a little help with those weekend travel plans, let's head over to Eric with the latest from the weather.
Tell you what, not a bad weekend if you're doing any traveling for Memorial Day. We'll see temperatures in the 70s, even 80s for Sunday. But one thing we have to contend with is this right here. Let's go ahead and take the graphics full screen. We'll take a look here at the allergy forecast. Cue that sneeze. There it is. Grass for Friday and Saturday will be on the medium side. Same story with pine and trees. Basically, they're in the medium, so expect the allergy symptoms to continue until it rains. Now, the good news is we do have rain in the forecast. It's next week, but we have rain in the forecast nonetheless. So we made it to 74 after a morning start at 54. 75 and 53 is where we should be for this time of year. So we were below normal, so there's another tick on the below normal chart here on the calendar. So we've had 9 days below normal, 1 day where we were on par, and then 15 days above average. Now, once we get into this part right here, into the end of the month, going into the first part of June, we're going to see those temperatures start to go up. Matter of fact, we'll go to 80 for Sunday, 85 for Tuesday, and then look at this, upper 80s, even low 90s for your Thursday going into Friday. The radar scan right now, we have a clean sweep across the area. High pressure is large and in charge. You can see it right there, how it's just in control. We're on the back end of this, and that's what's going to keep those temperatures warming up throughout the next several days. Now, one thing to note about this system is you're noticing as we go into Saturday, as we go into Sunday, that high is not moving much. We may have a little bit of cloud cover in the forecast Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, but Other than that, making for a beautiful Memorial Day weekend nonetheless. And in terms of temperature right now, we're sitting at 62 degrees in La Crosse. We have clear skies. Humidity is at 32%. We have winds out of the east at 6 miles per hour. Eau Claire, you're at 63 degrees. Humidity is at 31% with winds out of the east-southeast at 9 miles per hour. So when you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the 30s and 40s will greet you. Some places, especially around this area, and I want to go ahead and draw out the area of concern right now. It's this area right here over towards the Black River Falls, Tomah, Sparta area, where you guys could see temperatures hovering right around freezing. Some places would not surprise me if you get below freezing. Otherwise, upper 30s, low 40s across the majority of the viewing area. So we'll see clear skies for tonight, maybe a little bit of cloud cover early Friday morning, but plenty of sunshine will be the rule. Highs tomorrow, much like today, in the 70s. You can see it right here, mid-70s towards Ladysmith, 75 in La Crosse, 76 in Lansing, 76 in Prairie du Chien. So the first warn forecast for tonight, we're going to stay mostly clear with winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The next 8 days, here we go. We go to the 70s for Saturday, 80 for Sunday. Memorial Day, partly cloudy skies with a high of 82. 87 for Wednesday, 88 for Thursday. One thing to note, Ken, Thursday, June 1st, is the first day of meteorological summer.
All right. But in the meantime, the weekend forecast looking pretty darn good.
Wow. Yes.
Eric, thanks very much.
You bet.
Coming up next in sports, our softball team's looking to punch their ticket to sectionals next week. Plus, state track is just over a week away, and the best of the best were in action this afternoon, hoping to qualify. Rob is in next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. Your health care should be unique to you. At Mayo Clinic Health System, they get to know your story and customize a treatment plan that fits your needs.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Community. It's baked into everything we do. And with Perkins Strawberry Freshtival, everyone can enjoy farm-fresh strawberries, starting at just $8.99. Indulge in all our delicious favorites, from crepes to pancakes and more. And don't forget a slice of strawberry pie from our bakery. Save time and order online at perkinstogo.com.
Wisconsin's #1 music and arts festival is back August 10th through the 12th in Arcadia, Wisconsin. Join us for 3 days of music and world-class entertainment featuring One Republic, REO Speedwagon, Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line, Jake Owen, and much more. With art exhibits, a family fun zone, food trucks, variety shows, and more, there's something fun to be had for everyone in the family. Tickets are on sale now for just $45 at ashleyforthearts.com.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
During the Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get a free $300 home shopping card with free delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. The Tempur-Pedic Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
Just over a week away until La Crosse is filled with some of the best high school athletes in the state. But in order to qualify for the state track meet, you've got to get top 4 in your event at the state qualifiers. So that takes us to Arcadia Division II sectional track meet. Athletes were flying. Boys 110 hurdles. Keep your eye on Logan's Avin Smith clearing the hurdles, crossing the finish line in 15:23. That's good enough for first. He's on the state. 100-meter dash now. It's the Rangers again. Logan's Julie Yang finishes in 3rd place, and she's now a state qualifier. Boys race, no surprises here. Aquinas' Colin Kanzemius takes the gold. He'll be going for back-to-back state titles next weekend. How about some field events? Arcadia's Cassidy Peeler at home, dominating. Here she is on discus. She'd take first place with a top throw of 128 feet, 11 inches. She'd also take first in pole vault. We'll end with the relay, 4x200. West Salem looking to qualify, and coming down the stretch, Brendan Kennedy crosses the finish line in second. Panthers are moving on to state. On the girls' side now, here's Maddie Murphy giving it her all. She's going to take third place for the Blue Golds. Aquinas is moving on. This was just a warm-up. Next weekend, state track meet right here in La Crosse. Softball regional finals, a big one in Blair Taylor, as the Wildcats hosting Luther. Abby Thompson in the pitcher's circle. She was dialed in, a strikeout to start the game. 2 batters later, gets another. 7 strikeouts in the first 3 innings, but this one was scoreless until the third. Anna White now at the dish. She lines one out to right, over the head of the defense. White in at third with a triple. 9-hitter coming in clutch. Next batter, the senior Lindsey Steen finds the gap in right center. White's going to come in and score. Steen rounds second, in safe at third. Back-to-back triples for the Wildcats. They win it 4-3. They'll host Osseo Fairchild, who beat Cochran Fountain City today, 11-3. Toma opening up their postseason run, hosting Sun Prairie West, top of the first. West Ella Ordens with a base knock down the right field line. 2 runs are going to come in. Visitors take a 3-0 lead. Bottom half of the frame now. Toma's Brooke Hart, chopper in the infield. That brings in Libby Matheson. Timberwolves cut it to 2. More from the home team now. Senior Lauren Noth, sac fly to left. 1 more runner's going to cross the plate. Toma only down by 1, but the visitors have just too much. Top 2, Sophia Royal. Grounder that's too hot to handle. Sun Prairie West plates another one. Toma's season comes to an end. They fall 6-3. West Salem hosting Wisconsin Dells. Jump right to the 7th. Panthers' Josie Brudos collecting a late strikeout. Now last chance for the Chiefs. Vanessa Marsick grounds it back to Brudos for the game-ending out. Panthers are your regional champs. They win it 7-2. They'll travel to Mount Horeb for the sectional semifinal on Tuesday. Some more softball scores from around the area. Prairie du Chien pulling off the upset in the Division III regional final. Blackhawks go on the road and take out top-seeded Westby, 4-1 the final there. PDC will take on River Valley next Tuesday. And in Division V, Hillsboro takes down Brookwood on the road, 7-3. Next up for the Tigers, a date with top-seeded Seneca on Tuesday. Let's go to the Diamond at Logan High. Division II regionals starting today. Rangers playing host to River Valley, top 1. Logan's Tyler Rumsey dealing early, chopper to third. Lucas Eilertson makes the play. Blackhawks go down in order. Bottom of the inning, Rangers offense going right to work. Johnny Lever lines one down the left field line. That's going to be trouble. Lever starts it off with a stand-up double. Then later in the inning, bases loaded for Eilertson. He pokes one over to second. Blackhawks get 1, but that's all they'd get. Lever scores to make it 1-0 Logan. Then in the second, Rumsey gets out of trouble here. Big strikeout with 2 runners on. That ends the threat. Logan had a 1-run lead early, but the Rangers come up short in this one. Blackhawks are moving on. They get it 3-2. So a tough finish there for Logan, who had just had back-to-back wins over Central.
I know. It had been quite a season. I mean, vying for the MVC in general. It was quite a spring.
Yeah, but when it comes down to one game, you know,
anything can happen.
Absolutely.
Hey,
yeah, Jinx. Where's the wood? We don't got no wood.
Rob, thanks very much, bud. We will be right back after this.
When Derek Van Orden wanted your vote, he signed the U.S. Term Limits Pledge. But now, Congressman Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
If you've been waiting for the best time to buy furniture, this is it. The King Furniture Memorial Day Weekend Sale, where everything in our showroom has been reduced. Find sofas, sectionals, bedrooms, recliners, dining, and more. Plus 12 months interest-free financing. These deals only last through Memorial Day weekend, as we will be closed on Memorial Day to remember and honor our nation's heroes. Don't miss the King Furniture Memorial Day Weekend Sale. Going on now.
The results are in for the 10th annual Best of La Crosse County. Head to bestoflacrossecounty.com to see the winners in every category. Thank you to everyone who participated, and congratulations to all the winners. Here's one of the many businesses that won this year.
100 years ago, we invented the overhead garage door. Today, we are still hard at work leading the industry and servicing our community. So the next time your garage door needs service, call the genuine, the original overhead door company of the Seven Rivers region.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, farm is in our name, so you know we're animal experts. And when it comes to your pets, we know it pays to have a plan. Whether you have a new addition or a grizzled companion, one that's sporty or even a bit sensitive. Whatever your pet's needs, they deserve advanced nutrition. Purina Pro Plan Nutrition. And this Friday through Sunday, we're thanking all veterans and active military with an extra 10% off their entire purchase.
Find value at Blaines Farm and Fleet. This is how legends are.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Visit hometownchevy.com.
Diapers in politicians must be changed often, and for the same reason. And already something stinks about Derek Van Orden. Now politician Van Orden is breaking his U.S. term limits pledge. Term limits action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Habitat for Humanity is looking for volunteers to help complete its first Trempealeau County home. Construction on a house for Marcelina Jose and her 5 children began last October. Since then, builders have put down a foundation, framed walls, and installed plumbing and electric. Habitat gave tours of the progress today while having a cookout. Now that it's summer, volunteers can help with the finishing touches.
This is the part of the construction phase that I love so much, because you have a concept and then you start putting wood together and putting walls up and windows on, and all of a sudden you have a home.
The future homeowner's daughter says the whole family is extremely excited to move into a more permanent home.
For years we've been moving around to different countries and different states to find a good home and a place where the district is nice. The job around the neighborhood is nice too, and if it's a safe place.
This will be the area's first Habitat home with solar power, which will cut down on energy costs. If you'd like to help the family finish their home or work on any of the other 10 projects that Habitat has going on now, you can sign up on their website. We'll be right back.
I won't write your will.
I don't write contracts.
I won't handle your divorce.
I do know a few things about personal injury law.
All I do is help injured people get the compensation they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Keep your home's exterior protected with our great selection of exterior siding. Each piece of double 4-inch siding covers more than 8 square feet. Cedar Creek vinyl siding panels are $4.99 each after rebate. No dig, multi-purpose fence panels are easy to install. Just lay out your panels and hammer the posts into the ground, and your fence is complete. No dig fence panels are $10.99 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
It's the Memorial Day sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, with store-wide sale prices, 24-month financing, and even free gas. Only at Drury's will you find beautifully tailored sofas and chairs, handcrafted bedrooms and dining rooms, a huge selection of premium leather, and the designers to help you put it all together. Shop top manufacturers like Daniels Amish, Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, and Stressless. Great sale prices, 24-month financing, and even free gas. Now, during the Memorial Day sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
When you really need to sleep, you reach for the really good stuff. ZzzQuil Ultra helps you sleep better and longer when you need it most. It's non-habit forming and powered by the makers of NyQuil. ZzzQuil Ultra, when you really, really need to sleep.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft.
Holy Charmin.
Excuse me. Roll it back, everybody.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
When the insurance company sees Bygoff and Rohde on the other side, they know they're in for a fight. It's your life, but it's our fight. And they know that if they're not being fair with us, they will find themselves in court, and that's how Bygoff and Rohde gets results for its clients.
All right, let's go ahead and start the weekend, shall we? Tomorrow, sunny and 75. We'll start the day off with temperatures in the 50s. We'll go into the mid-70s by the afternoon hours, and no precip chances in the forecast, but the precip chances pick up again next week.
All right, Eric Dean, thanks very much, and thanks for joining us tonight at 10. We will see you tomorrow.